Hello, fellow fifth graders. It's great to see you out there. I hope you're all doing well. I am really excited today to show you our first instrument in our instrument series titled the Join the Band. And the first instrument we're going to talk about today comes in a case that looks like this. It's a member of the woodwind family. Can you guess what it is? You guessed it, the flute. So, the flute is a member of the woodwind family. Let's just open this case up and see what it looks like here. Let's open it up and see what we got. Oh, wow. There's nothing in here. How can I show you a flute if the flute's not in the case? That's a problem. Oh, yeah, I remember. I've got a guest here to show this flute to you today. She's a great flute player, and I actually think that you know her. So let's see who it is.
Hi, I'm going to talk to you today about the flute. The flute is a member of the woodwind family, just like the clarinet or the saxophone, but a main difference is the actual mouthpiece part. So this is called a head joint on the flute. It does not have a reed like the other woodwind instruments do. It has an embouchure plate and then an embouchure hole, and you blow over the hole, not actually down into the flute. Like this. It's kind of the same as blowing over a pop bottle, but don't worry if you can't blow over a pop bottle, because I didn't learn how to do that until after I started playing the flute. A lot of people say if you can't do that, you won't be able to play the flute, but that's not necessarily true. Then depending on how fast or slow your air is, you can play higher or lower. So for a lower note, you're going to use slower air. And if you want a higher note, you're going to blow faster air. That's how the head joint works. And then there's two more parts to the flute. This is called the body, and you connect it just by gently twisting the head joint in. You want to make sure that you're not touching any of the keys as you do that, or else they could get bent. So when you put it together, you just line the head joint up with the keys on the body. And this is where most of the keys are. So depending on the combinations that you press down, you can create different notes. And then it also has a foot joint. So the head joint, the body, and the foot joint. There's a few more keys on the foot joint as well. So two ways that you can make different pitches, either by blowing out slower or faster air, like I already talked about. But then to play more notes, you're going to need to press down different combinations of keys. And the more keys you press down, the lower the sound is going to be, because what it's doing is it's forcing all of that air down through the end of the flute. So the longer the tube is, the lower the sound is going to be. So the flute can play kind of low. It doesn't play super low. It's the highest instrument in the band except for the piccolo, which is basically just a baby flute. And then as you lift fingers up, and put them in different combinations and blow faster air, you get higher notes out of the instrument. So the flute is kind of known for playing the high part in band pieces. A lot of times it has the melody, so it's kind of a fun part to have, because a lot of times you're the star of the show, kind of. But flute music in general, it's known for playing kind of happy, chipper things. That would be like the stereotypical flute sound. Something kind of like this. But what I love about the flute is that it doesn't have to play stuff like that all the time. It's actually a really versatile instrument, and it can also play slower, lower, moodier stuff, kind of like this. And that's a super popular flute solo from a piece called Prelude to the Afternoon of a Faun by Claude Debussy. And then, of course, it can play other fun stuff too, such as anyway, that's the flute. I hope you learned something new today. Bye.
Thank you so much, Miss Penner, for showing us the flute, and we appreciate your helping us out there today. And I know that all of you students out there were probably excited to get to see Miss Penner today. And I also have a special person here that's going to help me out as well. This is a member of our high school band. She is a junior this year, and she'll be a senior next year, Miss Jaden Spainhauer. She's here to talk to you a little bit about the flute, and not just about the flute, but she's going to play a little for you, and she's also just going to talk to you a little bit about her experience of being in the band. She actually just several years ago sat in those chairs and played recorder just like you fifth graders are doing this year, and let's just see what she's been able to do with her on her musical journey. Let's find out.
Hi guys, my name is Jaden Spainhauer. I'm gonna play a little bit of a song called Allegretta for you today. So I think you should join band because a band is so fun and you get so many life experiences from it. I've made so many new friends, not even just from Columbus, because the band travels a lot. Like, we go to different places and you get to talk to new people, and like, it's just a really fun experience. Band is the most fun thing that I have ever done. Like, it's helped me a lot in life, and you get a lot of experience for the real world. I feel like band has taught me a lot of my personal skills of how to communicate well and being on time for sure. And it's just a fun thing, and I think you all would enjoy it. So I think you guys should join band too.
Thank you, Jaden, for sharing with us today a little bit about what band has done for you and sharing your music with us. We appreciate that. And there you have it, the flute, a member of the woodwind family, and a great instrument. And so there's the first possibility. And as we take this journey through the instruments, let's keep in mind that we need to have an open mind here, because you might have an instrument in mind that you want to play, but after you watch all of our different demonstrations on the different instruments, you might decide, oh wow, that's a cool instrument. I've never thought of that. I might like to try it as well. So have an open mind as to what instrument you would like to play, because they're all great and they're all important, and we need every instrument in the band. So we will be taking another journey to another instrument family next week, and I'll let it be a surprise. So stay tuned, and I'll see you at the first part of next week. Bye.